Hi, all, it's Brandy, and today, dun, 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 31 Days of Tarot, Day 9, yay! And you can find that at ethony.com/blog. In case you're wondering, this is my fancy photo put in my YouTube. Because really, when you're doing these, who has time to edit? Like, we are who we are. I just want to say thank you to everyone that is posting and everyone that is actually watching videos. Um, I've taken to liking videos just so that you know people are watching, and also it helps me keep track of who I've seen, who I haven't, what day I'm on, all of that. Um, I have noticed a weird trend that I just wanted to comment on in the community. Don't apologize if you're batching videos or not watching everyone's videos or not keeping up, because how awesome are you to even try? It's January. We all got mad stuff. And let me tell you, I just show up wherever I'm at. I'm under bed. Like, show up wherever I'm at because it's fun. This is fun. So, however you're doing it, as long as you're having fun, I'm so happy. I love seeing the community come together and see all the new information. It's really fun. So, no apologies necessary. Thank you so much. So, day 9 is I'm going to have to paraphrase. It's a reading that stuck out in 2019, or an impactful reading, something like that. I don't remember the exact wording. I'm sure I will look up the exact wording when I put the title in. Um, so mine was I have two. Um, I'll tell you one I did for another person and one that was for myself, and hopefully it won't take me too long. I tend to be a little rambly. The first one was I had someone who, for lack of a better way of putting it, they believed they were cursed, and they had believed this for a really, really long time. And they didn't have an exact knowledge of what the curse would be or why or how. They thought they knew how. It was a little bit weird. But I got a little bit more info, and I was on the phone with them, and they were really adamant that this was the case. 100% adamant. And it was a big deal. But the cards were just not saying that. The cards were saying, like, that it's all self-created. The cards were saying really lucky. The past was not seen for what it was. The future was very bright. And just that this person was stuck in baggage. And it was this great reading simply because for some reason, so this person had been to many other tarot readers, spiritualists, someone that communicated with the dead, some mediums, and they all had agreed with this person and told this person where it had come from. And I was the first person to say, it's not what I'm getting. And it was really, it was really clear. It was really clear. And at one point, I started looking for, like, I must be wrong because she's, heard this over and over and over again. It's got to be true. No, just nothing. And I finally said to this person, I said, I'm just a messenger. This is not my message. This is your message. I don't get anything out of creating a particular message for you. So, take what works. And it was like this thing went off inside of this person, and they were like, so it might not be true? Pivotal, perspective altering moment of just being able to comprehend that this whole belief system that they had about their life was just possibly not true. And then, the next card I turn over is essentially saying personal accountability, move forward with action. And it was right when this person needed to hear it. It was perfectly timed. The synchronicities were crazy. The time on the clock was a particular time that meant something to this person as this message was given. The whole thing just lined up perfectly. And this person made some very strong life decisions over a period of time. And I think it was what they needed to hear. So for me, those moments are fantastic and I love them. And I think I would have liked it even if it, even if it was agreeing with her, it was just the way the reading went. Yeah. When you have that, it's just, it could be a terrible reading, but you connect with someone and that's what it's about. You're helping someone, even if it's not what they want to hear. Anyway, because she definitely didn't want to hear that. So my reading, it's a little bit funnier. It was actually a non-reading. So I had this question and I was like, do you ever have that? Should I ask this question? Maybe I don't want to answer this question. Maybe I'll just leave this question alone because I probably don't need an answer right now. I know the universe has my back. Spirit will assist me. I don't need to push this. And I kept vacillating. Finally, I said, it's been a while. This question is still persisting. I don't want to perseverate on it. I want to move forward, and I'll just ask. I'm just gonna ask. And I had this little niggle at the back of my brain that was like, this is not a question you want the answer to right now. You don't need this answer. This will play out the way it's supposed to. This is not a question for you to be asking right now. And if someone came to me for a reading like that, that's what I would be telling them. But no, because I am who I am. So I pull out my deck and I had meditate, do the whole thing. Shuffle the cards, they shuffle fine. And I start hearing don't ask the question. Power through. I don't know what that's about. Whatever. Go to shuffle. Cards won't shuffle. They no longer will come together in a regular ripple shuffle. All right, fine. Tried 4 or 5 times. Would not shuffle. So then I'm getting obstinate because bring it, Rocky. You know what I mean? So I'm like, fine. So I'm going to hand shuffle, 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 shuffle. And they're the cards which never stick together. These cards never stick together. And I shuffle till they jump. Cards are just not coming apart. They won't shuffle. I'm hearing stop shuffling, don't ask this question, and I'm ignoring it. And now I'm almost angry. Not really, but I'm gonna make this happen. Now I have to ask. Cards go flying, and I'm like, you know what? Now I have to ask. So I pull out the deck that's right next to me, different deck, go to shuffle it. Cards go everywhere. At this point, a normal person would have just been like, huh, maybe no, not me. I get up, I go in my closet, I get another deck and 2 oracle decks, and I sit down. Like, you know what? I'm not going to start with my tarot today for this question. I'm going to start with my oracle decks because so there. And I heard shuffle 3 times, so I shuffle 3 times. A card pops out, and it's I don't remember the paraphrasing for the card was, "Do not worry about the future. This is not in your hands." Did I take that as an answer? No, I did not. I was like, okay, cool, got a card. This is working. I'm in the zone. I'm going to start getting cards. I'll have an answer to my question. I'm thinking about how I want to word my question. Maybe I should revamp the wording. Da 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 da. Pull out my next oracle deck. Won't shuffle. Will not shuffle. So I decide to hand over hand it. Doesn't work. I'm like, okay. Didn't go flying though. So I decide I'm going to pile shuffle them. So I start putting them into piles. And all of a sudden, as my piles are getting just a little bit bigger, I start sneezing. Like, was fine. No coughing, no sneezing, no nothing. Sneezing. And like my hand goes flying. So the piles get all wrecked. So I'm like, okay, I already used an oracle deck. I'll try with this tarot deck. So I pull out my third deck. Seriously, this dedication. And I go to shuffle it. And I do sometimes bridge my cards. And I don't know if you ever did this. When I was learning how to shuffle cards when I was little, and like my hands were too small for regular playing cards, but I was going to learn how to bridge cards. And I would go and practice. I used to practice in our bathroom. We had this huge long counter, and I would practice over the counter so the cards went flying. They would all land like on the counter or the floor, and they were easy to pick up rather than carpet. So this was that moment, right? You can feel it coming, can't you? You can feel it. Cards shuffled a couple of times, fine. Third shuffle time, go to bridge the cards, they go flying. I now have 3 tarot decks, an oracle deck that's kind of all over the place, and one that says, don't worry about this. This is when I decided to stop. And I decided to let this question go. So there you go. P.S. It took me longer to clean up and put away those cards than it did for me to pull them all out and obstinately shuffle them so I could get my answer. I hope you're having fun with your 20 days of tarot. 31 days of tarot in 2020, sorry. And I hope you're enjoying your Thursday or whenever you're watching this. Please like the video. Just makes me feel like I'm not just talking to myself. And I will see you tomorrow.